Hello, today we're doing the chocolate tempering, which is basically we melting the chocolate so we're able to mold it, and you will have that beautiful shine and it will snap when you break it. What we normally use are pots with simmering water and another one, a bowl with the chocolates. But the problem with this, you have the water, which is the enemy number one of the chocolates tempering. So this electric bowl from KitchenAid, I tried it a couple times and I love it. So it's basically electric, so you can control the temperature. You're away from the water, which is wonderful. We have the electric parts at the bowl. I already plug it. You don't see the light from here. I'm going to put the 350 gram chocolate in the bowl. And this chocolate is going to be melted between 113 and 122. Two buttons here, one for chocolate and one for manual work. I'm not going to pick up the chocolate option because it did not work for me. It was difficult to deal with. So you can keep pushing this button until the first one is selected. So I'm selecting the first one. And then I'm going to select the temperature. Since we're going to melt this chocolate between 113 and 122, I'm going to select 122. So 122. Then we're going to push this button to get started. And automatically it would show you the current temperature of the chocolate. So right now it's at 72 degrees. The temperature is going to start going up until it reaches 122 and it would stop and it sit there for hours, which is wonderful. Normally this bowl works with the regular KitchenAid mixer, but I didn't have to use it. I'm just going to use a regular spatula to stir the chocolate once a while, and you can see the temperature is still going up, and in a few minutes we're going to see it at 122. We're going to add the 70 gram to see the chocolate, and that process is very important. This machine has its own thermometer, and what you see here is the thermometer of the bowl. But to make sure the chocolate get to the right temperature, I like to use my own thermometer by just sticking it right here. That will help me to get the actual temperature of the chocolate. A few minutes later, thermometer is telling me it's 122. The bowl, the electric bowl, is telling me it's 121. So we're ready now for the seeding process. We took the bowl out. We want to lower the temperature of the chocolate to around 79 to 81. We're going to target 81. So first of all, we take a small piece of chocolate and we go to stir until the whole thing is completely melted before we add more. In the same time, we're going to set the electric bowl to 91, which is the last phase of the tempering. First of all, we turn it on. We select the manual. We're going to set the time to 91. Right now it says 121, but it's going to the temperature is going to be getting lower until it gets to 91, and it will sit there. Normally we have this accessory to go with this bowl. We stick this bowl to the KitchenAid and we mix the chocolate, but it's kind of messy, so I choose just to do it with a spatula, and I'm going to use a hand blender to help me later. But for the moment, most of the chocolate is melted. I'm going to add more, and it's still above 100 degrees. Finally put all the chocolate, all the solid chocolate inside the melted chocolate, and the temperature is going to continue going down until it reaches 81. And the electric part of the bowl is going to continue going down until it reaches 91, because we set it at 91 for the final phase. We're not using this one for the moment. We're just lowering the temperature, because remember it was at 122, so we're trying to get it to 91 degrees. I'm going to use a hand blender to make sure that the chocolate is very smooth. We have to make sure it's clean and there is no water, absolutely no water. If there is any drop of water, then everything is going to mess up. And if you have that problem, you can always use this chocolate for chocolate sauce, chocolate cake, chocolate souffle, but not for tempering chocolates. So here we go. Okay, it's 84 degrees. I'm going to put the bowl inside the electric one, and we're starting the final phase. The chocolate from 84 to 91. And when it reaches 91 degrees, it's going to stay there. Why? Because this bowl is electric. So I'm just going to give it a few minutes. It may take 5 to 20 minutes. So finally it reaches 91 degrees. So I don't need this thermometer anymore. This bowl, since it's electric, is going to stay at 91 degrees for the next 10 hours. Sometimes the surface of the chocolate gets a little bit cooler, so I use my own hair dryer. Just a regular one would be fine, and I turn it to the lowest setting. We take a piece of plastic, we spread it on it with a spoon. This chocolate should set in 2-3 minutes, meaning it's going to be hard and shiny in few minutes. If it doesn't, that means something went wrong with the whole process, and we have to start from all over, or use this chocolate for another project like chocolate souffle or chocolate cake, and just use new chocolate. So in a few minutes we should have a perfect shine, and it should snap. The chocolate would peel from the plastic. It's hard, it's shiny, and it's snap. So this is perfect tempering. Under the description of this video, you're going to find the link of the recipe. You can leave your comments under the video or under the recipe at chefrashida.com. Thank you.